How to visualize multiplying fractions. Example 1. The fraction of the shaded part is equal to 3/4. If I were to divide the whole figure into two equal parts, this portion is equivalent to 1/2 of 3/4. What is 1/2 of 3/4? You simply count the number of equal parts that are shaded twice. So we have 1, 2, 3. 3 out of the total number of equal parts, which is 8. So 1/2 of 3/4 is equal to 3/8. Now, without the illustration, how can you get 3/8 from 1/2 of 3/4? Can you figure out the technique? Yes, you're right. You multiply the numerators 1 and 3 to get 3. You also multiply the denominators 2 and 4 to get 8. So 1/2 of 3/4 is just the same as 1/2 times 3/4, which gives us 3/8. In this operation where you multiply fractions, no LCD needed. Example 2. 2/3 of 5/6, which is the same as 2/3 times 5/6. Don't forget, no LCD needed when you multiply fractions. So 2 times 5, 10. 3 times 6, 18. 10 18s can be reduced by 2, so we get 5 9s. The other method or solution is we reduce first 2/3 and 5/6 before we multiply them. By the way, when you reduce, you are allowed to reduce only a numerator and a denominator. It is wrong to reduce both numerators or both denominators. So in this example, we can reduce 2 and 6 by 2. So we have 1. And then 6 divided by 2, we get 3. So multiplying 1 and 5, we get 5. And then 3 times 3, we get 9. Number 3. A fraction 5/6 is multiplied by a mixed number 4 and 1/2. Again, no LCD needed, and each must be in fraction form. So bring down 5/6 and then multiply it by the fraction form of 4 and 1/2. Okay, so you have to multiply 4 and 2 and then add 1, so we get 9/2. After that, you multiply the numerators, so we get 45. And then the denominator, so we get 12. The fraction can still be reduced by 3, so we get a reduced fraction of 15/4. Since this is improper, we have to change it to a mixed number by dividing 15 by 4, which gives us an answer of 3 3/4. Another way of getting 3 3/4 is to reduce first a numerator 9 and denominator 6. Both can be reduced by 3, so we have 2 for here, and then 9 divided by 3, we get 3. So 5 times 3, 15. 2 times 2, we get 4. Again, since it's improper, change it to a mixed number. So it gives us an answer of 3 3/4. Number 4. A mixed number 3 and 1/3 is multiplied by a mixed number 1 and 2/3. So again, no LCD needed, and each must be in fraction form. So we have to convert 3 and 1/3 to 10/3, and 1 and 2/3 to 5/3. Then multiply 10 and 5, we get 50. And then 3 and 3, we get 9. Since this is improper, and we cannot reduce it anymore by any number except 1, then we have to divide 50 by 9. So we get an answer of 5 and 5 9s. There is no other way to do this since no pair of numbers can be reduced. So the final answer is 5 and 5 9s. Number 5. What if you multiply a whole number, a fraction, and a mixed number? So again, no LCD needed, and each number must be in fraction form. So how can we change 9 to a fraction form? It is equal to 9 over 1. 9 divided by 1 is 9. And then copy 5/8, and then the fraction form of 1 1/3 is 4 over 3. After that, you multiply both numerators. So 9 times 5 times 4, we get 180. 1 times 8 times 3, we get 24. And then reduce it by 12. 12 is the greatest common factor of 180 and 24. So we get a reduced fraction of 15 halves, which is equivalent to 7 and 1/2. Now the other way is, instead of multiplying the numerators first, we reduce first. So we reduce 9 and 3 by 3. So we get 3 and then this is 1. We also reduce 8 and 4 by 4. So 8 becomes 2 and 4 becomes 1. And then we multiply both numerators. So 3 and times 5 times 1 is 15. 1 times 2 times 1 is 2. So again, this is improper. Change it to a mixed number by dividing 15 by 2. So we get 7 and 1/2. Example 6. 2 and 2/3 times 7 6. So 2 and 2/3 is the same as 8/3 times 7 6. Applying method 1, we multiply 7 and 8. We get 56 over 18. And we reduce it by 2. We get 28 over 9. Changing it to a mixed number, it becomes 3 and 1/9. The other method is we reduce first 8/3 and 7 6. 8 and 6 can be reduced by 2. So we get 4 and 3, and then multiplying 4 and 7, we get 28 over 9, which gives us the same as 3 and 1/9. Example 7. 6 and 3/4 times 4 and 2/3. Each mixed number should be written in fraction form. 6 and 3/4 becomes 27/4, and 4 and 2/3 becomes 14/3. Using method 1, 27 and 14 must be multiplied. So we get 378, and also the denominators 4 and 3, we get 12. Reducing it by 2, we get 189 over 6, which can also be reduced by 3. So we get 63 halves. This improper fraction can be written as 31 and 1/2. Please be informed that using method 1, you will be dealing with larger numbers. Unlike in method 2, where you reduce first, you will be dealing with smaller numbers. So here, we reduce first 4 and 14, we get 2 and 7. And then 27 and 3 by 3, we get 9 and 1. So 9 times 7, we get 63 over the product of the denominator 2. Now, changing 63 halves, we will get the same answer as 31 and 1/2. Example 8. 4/5 times 2 and 1/2 times 6. Each must be written in fraction form. So bring down 4/5 and change 2 and 1/2 to 5 halves, and the whole number 6 to 6 over 1. Applying method 1, we have to multiply the numerators first. So 4 times 5 times 6 is 120. Then 5 times 2 times 1, we get 10. So dividing both by 10, we get 12 over 1, or the final answer, 12. Using method 2, we reduce first a numerator and a denominator, like 4 and 2 by 2. So we have 2 and 1. Then 5 and 5 by 5. So we have 1 and 1. Then multiplying the numerators and multiplying the denominators, we get 12 over 1, or simply 12. Thank you for watching. Again, whatever problems we have, whether in math or in life, there is always one or more solutions that the Lord will provide. When you multiply mixed numbers, whole numbers, and fractions, no need of LCD, and each must be changed to a fraction form. Either you multiply the fractions first before reducing, or reduce them first before multiplying. In life, there are things we don't necessarily need, but a lot can be changed for the better indeed. This is Teacher Zilla reaching out to you from Cagayan de Oro, your Pinay math teacher.